All right, we are recording, guys. Welcome to this live opportunity meeting. My name is Michael Huey. I'm an Elite Pro 7 with LifeVantage. I am the founder and CEO. I changed the name of my company after 25 years. I'm super excited about that. Things change, times change, and I'm super excited. You can see a picture of our new branding, our logo, pictures that we've done. Our website is live at www.hefluence. I love that. And that's a great thing, because one of the coolest things about being an influencer is that we look for information that gives our friends and our family the best opportunity to have an amazing life. And we work only with men. My wife will be working with women in the future here. She's that lovely person there in the left-hand side is my amazing, wonderful, and incredible wife, Lisa. She is retiring in 5 days, 5 shifts. I say 5 days. She corrects me and says 5 shifts. But there's my family, my father and mother, and my stepmom and stepdad. There's a picture of me down there running track. It's really funny. I say there's 2 of the fittest times in my life is now and when I was in college there as a sophomore in college, I believe. So I went to undergraduate and graduate school at The Ohio State University. This is for KJ and Randy, OH. And I was a master educator for the American Council of Exercise, created multiple 6 figures inside the nutrition and coaching industry. And just as I said, just recently, we have taken everything over to the online coaching business. And I've never, as I said, I've never been more excited than I am now. Actually, KJ just put IO on there. KJ is a member of the Hefluence Revolution, and he'll be working with me, helping influence men to walk in and towards their purpose in health, relationships, and business. So I'm super excited to share the rest of this information. And I put this on here, and I know some of you guys have seen this, but I want you guys to think about this, because there's certain times in your life when you think back to a life-changing conversation or a life-changing event. Like, how many of you remember where you were 9/11, right? Like, my wife remembers because it's her birthday, but how many of you remember September 4th, 1998, okay, when we got Google? And I put a couple pictures down here. I actually have one more to add, and I'll make sure I get that on there. It was something that my dad said, which was funny. I asked people, what did we use? And I said we used AOL, the little tabs at the top of AOL. Some people said we used Yahoo. A couple people said we used the library. And another, my dad said, what did we used encyclopedias? And I laughed and I said, Dad, we're not that far back, but it's just funny, because I believe the information you're hearing tonight, and yes, you can hear it from your neighbor, you can hear it from your friend, you can hear it from your sister. Some of the greatest health discoveries of our lifetime, the information was told to other people by a friend, right? I never did any advertising in my business. It was always word of mouth. And I was in the top 1% of my industry for over 20 years. My doctor didn't have to tell me about it. I think it's great, because we have over 700 medical professionals that have joined this company in the last 2 years, but you can't hear information from other people. So just look at Google. Google's the top brand now. I love talking about Apple, and I'm an Apple user. I know there's a lot of you out there that aren't with the times yet and are still using other things. But I'll just tell you this. Apple almost went bankrupt 7 times. You know why? Because they were a disruptive technology. Tonight, you are hearing about a disruptive technology. Even today, my wife and I signed up to have analytics done on our website, right? Team Android. Nice try, KJ. I'll change you on that. But we were talking about our gut biome, which I'll talk about here in a minute. But a lot of people don't understand it. And so to invest in finding out what's going in your gut, Lisa and I just said it's one of the best investments that we ever made when we did this biome test and found out that what foods we were eating was not agreeing with our gut. And we see all these massive diets and the keto diet and the paleo diet. And I'm a supporter of both of them. I follow a little bit of both of them, right? But let me just explain something to you. If it's not the foods that agree with your gut, it's just a Band-Aid. And so my friend Brian, who's doing the advertising for Biome, said, Mike, nobody understands it. It's crazy. So we have to change the way we teach people, and we have to get more people that have already done the test in front of the information. So guess what? That's what you're hearing about tonight. You're hearing information from somebody who's been studying this and has had thousands of people on the products and done hundreds of case studies and found out that these products work better than anything on the market, and we can prove it. So that's what I love about thinking about Apple. It almost went bankrupt. Aren't you glad that it didn't go bankrupt? Okay? Or we would have one of those Androids like KJ talked about. So I'm not going to play this video tonight, but if you're a guest or you're a distributor and or you're a customer and you've never seen this video, this is the greatest video in history when it relates to groundbreaking information in the nutrition and wellness industry. Not only did everything they say may happen, it happened in a massive way. Massive amounts of patents and massive amounts of science, research on cancer, and you name it. John Quinones went there to destroy this and to disprove it. And in 2 weeks, he had a 45% reduction in oxidative stress, which is at the very center of every single disease known to man. And you're going to see what we are allowed to say with our products and its relationship to oxidative stress. So let's move on. First, I want to talk about this new technology called biohacking. Guys, look, I've been doing this for 25 years. I know a lot of biohackers. They teach you exogenous, for the most part, they teach you exogenous biohacking. You know, and look, I'm just going to tell you guys, I use a lot of this stuff. I use cryotherapy. My wife and I have an infrared sauna that's coming on Thursday that we're going to sit right over there. And I go to, as I said, cryotherapy. I wear glasses. I follow a lot of biohacking things, but a lot of those are done exogenously. Biohacking is endogenous, okay? And look at this. It's hacking your biology. It's using nature's built-in mechanisms to stack the cards in my side. One of the things it says, it makes you superhuman, maximizing your biological potential. But I like this one. I like this second one the most. The other perspective is that you can hack your own biology and you can take control of systems in your body that you never had access to. Just think about that. You can now get back in your body and take control of systems inside your body that as we age, they don't work anymore. And you don't have to guess, which I'll talk about more in a minute, by taking supplements, okay? Look, 95% of Americans struggle with these three things: inflammation, low energy, bloating. I believe they're related to 4 pillars, okay? And I'm going to talk about that. But I want you to think about this. Do you know somebody that struggles with this? I no longer struggle with this, okay? And I did. I did when I was taking supplements. You saw a picture back in the beginning of a whole handful of supplements. That was me. That was Lisa. That was my dad. That was all of my family. And that's this. You guys, look at this apple. This apple is a representation of oxidative stress. Why should we care? And what is oxidative stress? Oxidative stress is caused by EMF on our phones, breathing, toxic fumes, toxic gas. You can see it when we exercise, bad water, radiation, all kinds of things causes oxidative stress. Food that we eat causes oxidative stress. And then just look, it leads to breakdown, sickness, and disease. Tell me that you don't know somebody that has something that's on this chart when you look at the body part and then see what that relates to. Skin diseases and chronic illnesses, psoriasis, asthma, COPD. Look, you guys should understand that the significance, it's the most researched topic now. Nobody knew about it. Nobody understood it. And now since 2000, there's been hundreds of thousands of studies. From 1940 to 2000, there was only about 14,000 studies. Now we've had almost over 250,000 studies in the last 18 years. The previous 60 years, we had like 15,000 studies to 18,000, somewhere in that range. So that's why you should care, okay? And just think about it. These studies are not being done by me or the company. They're being done by the American Heart Association, Ohio State, OH, LSU, the University of Florida, Harvard, Texas Tech, Johns Hopkins, the National Institute of Aging, Children's Hospital of Colorado. Guys, just think about how these studies are being done. My wife's been in open heart surgery for 28 years. Oh, wow. It's amazing that she's not going to have to do that anymore. And I met a professor of mine that told me, he was a part of one of the studies done, and said that this was the greatest thing he'd seen in his 35 years of doing research studies since penicillin. Okay? Yes, penicillin. So, my friend Dr. Chad Luxembourg, who's an eye surgeon here locally, saved my eye 18 years ago, says that all the time, and he believes it. So let's move on. Okay, look, Google is a search engine, not a research engine. Wise people don't use Google when it comes to their health. They use Google Scholar or they use PubMed. I said it before, 23 published studies, 3 more in our back office of us who are distributors that are getting ready to be published. We're going to have 26. Eventually, we're going to have 30 and 40 independently done studies. I wouldn't care if we only had the first 2. They significantly separate us from anything else on the market, plus the 7 U.S. patents and international patents that we have. Okay? So let's talk about resolving oxidative stress. Massive explanation. There's a fire in here, and the old antioxidant supplement way is like throwing this half of this cup of water on the fire. But activation of the NRF2 pathway, which I told you is how we take control of those systems inside our body. This is a massive system, and you're going to see what Washington State said about that system inside our body. It eliminates 1 million every second, every hour of every day, as long as that NRF2 is activated. And you know what's cool about it? It only activates when it needs to be activated. It turns on our survival genes. It upregulates and downregulates the good and bad parts that we need to survival genes that we need to be upregulated and downregulated. Our body, not exogenously, endogenously. It turns on our body's production of catalase, glutathione, and SOD. We don't have to guess about it. We don't have to wonder if it works, which is what supplementation was. I knew that for years. I just knew there was things that worked if we took them in the right manner. But now we found out that they don't work good enough. Just like, when you look at, like I think about this headset, right? I think about this microphone, right? I have a microphone here that works that I usually use when I'm doing these, but I didn't plug it in tonight. There's all kinds of things. I have a little whiteboard right here, and then I have a massive one over here. Technology's changed. I have lights here, 2 gigantic lights that are right here beside me. Technology has changed, okay? And here it is. Washington State said it. I didn't say it. KJ or nobody else on this webinar said it. Washington State said that this technology may become the most extraordinary therapeutic preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine, right? Just think about that. Activation over supplementation, guys. This is real simple. Here's one of the studies. Paid for by a pharmaceutical company, paid Dr. Van Horsen in the Netherlands to study Protandim, a couple other drugs, a natural substance called sulforaphane, which is what everybody uses. If you guys want to know how new this technology is, this NRF2 technology, they just had the second ever NRF2 World Conference. Second. That's how new this technology is. That's how new understanding is. Just like the Band-Aid, just like the Kleenex, we are first. And we proved it in this study when a drug company, its product, BG12, it's also known as Tecfidera, did over 3.2 billion in sales, somewhere between 3.2, 3.6 billion in sales. And it costs about $4,800 a month, okay? $4,800 a month, right? Over $50,000 a year. And our NRF2 activator, Protandim, is $40 a month. And you can see, look at what this researcher said. Protandim, a dietary supplement consisting of herbal ingredients, was the most potent inducer and therefore may be the most suited as a therapeutic strategy. That's what the significance of this shows. So here it is, Protandim. And just think, I told you that John Quinones, 45% reduction in 2 weeks. I had a 70% reduction in mine in about 60 days. We are the only clinically proven product in the world, scientifically studied and validated, that we're allowed to say we reduce oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. Nobody else can say that in the world. No product can say that. We also are the only natural product that can say, by a study done at the National Institute of Aging, that we extend life and delay disease. We're the only natural product. Today I talked with the doctor. He was talking about how did they patent a natural product? How did they use herbs that have been around for centuries? How did they get that century? How did it get 1,800% more effective? Because of the synergy, because of taking back over this system, activating, not supplementing, not guessing. Solution to slowing down cellular aging. Any of you on here want to speed up aging or slow down aging? Okay? And then the second pillar is mitochondria. It's that powerhouse of your cells. It converts food energy into cellular energy. Look, I didn't take any of our products to feel anything. I took them because what they did. Now, do I feel something? Yes. People say, would you have taken them if they didn't? I said, yes. And so should you, right? The longer you take them, the better results you get. Just look at what mitochondrial function does. Epilepsy, Parkinson's, Huntington's disease. If you have these issues in your family and you're not taking these, please start taking these, okay? And here's the benefits. And, just think about it. Restore your cellular youth to your body. Better sleep. Promotes cellular repair. Not only does it increase the amount of mitochondria, but it repairs destroyed and broken mitochondria. Guys, this is a big, big thing, okay? And then, guys, let me just tell you this. If you are on Facebook, I have a biohack and product insight group. You can go there and hear tons and tons of stuff from doctors. Lisa and I have massive interviews coming up. We've already got some on our YouTube channel that we're going to be professional there. We have kids that are only taking probiotics because they're introducing the other products into them slowly. But if you can clean up your gut, you have kids with autism and ADD and ADHD that are talking, making their own breakfast, taking their own showers. It's mind-blowing. I'm just telling you. And we're just scratching the surface. Psoriasis, eczema. And you know why our probiotic works better than any on the market? Because of these two patented technologies. BioTrack technology and Wellmune increases our immune system function, and most probiotics only allow about 4% of the spores, and it should be a spore biotic. Doesn't have to be refrigerated. It shouldn't be in a capsule form. That's why ours is better. Ours is in a dissolvable ball form that allows BioTrack to be a time-release pre- and probiotic, okay? To like it says, to give you optimal health with your, it's funny because that's why when you control the gut, you control the brain, the blood-brain barrier, and the axis. That's where the microbiome comes in that I was talking about earlier. And then omegas. It's really funny. I was at this conference 2 weeks ago. Anybody that looked at the omegas said, wow, all the other ones smell. Ours doesn't smell. It's traceable from boat to bottle. It's got omega-7s and omega-3s and vitamin D. Guys, It helps with brain, heart, and immune function. Okay? 100% natural fish oil. And that's what you want. Okay? And then we took our guys, let me explain something to you. I never thought I'd use a skincare product. I use these 4 products every single day. If you're not, I'm telling you, your skin is your largest organ in your body. Skin cancer runs in my family. You saw a study done at LSU. It was done on our Protandim and what it done to break the link in the development of melanoma skin cancer. Then they patented this, not the ingredients. All 4 of those products together are patented. They go into the epidermis of the skin. And just look at this, guys. Just look at this. There's no lighting issue. It was taken in the same lights. Improves the appearance of aging on the skin. This is awesome. And then I have tons of these. And I posted some more of them on that biohacking site. This is Protandim and Axio. I'm actually drinking the decaf right now. I like the focus and mental clarity and energy that it gives. It helps you sleep better when you take the decaf at night. I usually make it with tea. I made it a little bit early tonight. And just look, this is a 9-year-old, okay? A 9-year-old. 1 week after taking Axio and Protandim NRF2. Can't read it, non-writable, bad grammar. Over here, everything's spelled right, and you can read it, okay? This is my friend Tommy. This is on our weight management system. He still looks like this a year later, which is awesome. Okay, I take it every single day. It's awesome. It works. It does what it says it does. It's not a traditional weight loss type of thing. It's a nutrigenomics product. It actually goes in there and works endogenously. Natural fat burner. Most of the old fat burners made you feel hyper, and this works on gut fat. You can just look at the difference in Tommy's belly. I can tell you, I'm 230 pounds now with a size 34-inch waist. Okay. One of my great friends, Ben Davidson, we're getting ready to do a series on biohacking your dog. And he's one of the top dog trainers out in California. He loves our products. He loves Protandim for the smaller dogs, Protandim for bigger dogs. This is the benchmark of quality for the National Animal Supplement Council. Brand of approval, right? Man's best friend. I'll just tell you this. I have people that will spend money on their dogs and not take Protandim for themselves. This is what it is. It does exactly what Protandim NRF2 does, but for dogs. Okay? So let's finish up with this. I know I've talked a little bit more tonight. I like to try to be done in 30 minutes. But let me take a drink, guys. Okay? Because I know I've been talking for a little bit. So when you're thinking about the opportunity, I'm just going to tell you the benefits of this. Look, I don't sign people. I don't judge what people sign up on. I just tell them what I think they can do to be the most successful. I take all of our products. Lisa takes all of our products. So I tell a person, if you want to sign up to have a business, then buy the biggest package, get all the products. I'm just telling you, it's the only one you get. All the product with this platinum pack, and you get, there's certain bonuses that are released by buying some of these packets. For me, it's a no-brainer. Okay? So, but that's your choice. You have to make that decision on what you do. I just tell people, look, if you're going to open up a grocery store, you don't just want to have bread and meat and cheese. Okay? So I hope that's some encouragement to you guys, and you guys can figure that out yourself. But just think about this. Where for $5 a day can you do a vitality stack and have your whole health? You can see they put them into packets. I love it. Some people are just super excited about the packets because they can fold them up and take them with them. And then the True Science is the same way. All of this is free shipping. I love it because I use all our products. And then just think about this. I say this all the time. Never before have I seen someplace, a company or a business that pays 40% of every sale up front. And then they pay you residually every single time somebody purchases the product, somewhere between 5 and 9%. That's insane. And I said this to one of my friends, Karen, who's a real estate agent. I said, Karen, wouldn't it be great if after every house you sold that you got paid 5% every month residuary for the rest of your life? Just think about it. How many of you use Amazon, right? So, you know, it's really funny. I have my laptop on a stand, right? I saw this stand from one of my friends who has a photography studio, right? And I asked him where he got it at. And he said, where do you think? I said, Amazon. And he said, yes. And so I went on Amazon, bought the stand, loved it. Imagine if every time Tyler told somebody about that stand, he got paid. Now, I'll just tell you, that is residual income. Every time you tell somebody about our products, you get paid over and over and over and over. So I love that. So there's 6 different bonuses. You get paid at different time, at different weekly and monthly bonuses. I love this bonus because every time you sign somebody up and they sign people up, you get paid a percentage of their check for the rest of your life as long as you continue to take the products. And you know, my accountant said this a long time ago. He said, not only are the products better than anything on the market, anybody that doesn't have a home-based business is crazy from a tax perspective. And there's nowhere I can go into any store and buy supplements or from any doctor and be able to write it off of my taxes. And so I think that's a great thing. And then you can see we're a publicly traded company. Warren Buffett says if you don't find a way to make money, you work till you die. We just launched in 7 more countries, which is insane. I think we're in 15 now. You can see my wife and I are Pro 7s. You can see what the monthly average income is, Pro 6s, Pro 5s, and on down. Some people tell me if they just made an extra $500 to $600 a month or $300 a month, they could pay for a car. I think that, you know, Pro 4, you can pay for a house, which is something that pays over and over and over. And that has happened. I have a friend of mine. She's 70 some years old. Her LifeVantage Pro 5 check is more than her retirement from her school board or from her school position when she retired. So that's awesome. So let me finish with these last couple things. I found this awesome innovation adoption curve that is kind of like the old S-curve wave, but this goes into phases, and you can kind of see where 80% of the money is made during this momentum time. It shows you about 70%, but it's between 70 and 80%. It's in the early majority, late majority. We're still in the early adopters and the innovators. I happen to be part of one of the innovators. We're in that early adopters, so now's the time to join. Now and probably the next 2 to 3 years, and I'll show you why in my last slide that I have, because we're still in that time of adoption. You don't want to be towards the end of the late majority and the laggards, because that's when only about 5 to 7, 10% max is made. Now we're going to be in momentum for a long time because our products are patented for 25 years and renewable for 25 more years after that. I love this at the bottom. My wife and I are all about unity and teamwork. And it says, I would rather have 1% of the efforts of 100 people than 100% of my own efforts. And I think that starts with humility. It starts with building a tribe. And so you are able to understand that. So let me finish with this. Personalized, you can look at this. Personalized health market is really massive when you think about what the Today Show did when they put this on. This is just, they've showed this twice. And here's a definition, a great definition of nutrigenomics. LifeVantage says they're at the forefront of nutrigenomics, and that is the science of upregulating and downregulating our genes. It says it's going to be a $600 billion industry, okay? And as I said before, we're at the forefront of this. We're the innovators, we're the Nike, we're the Kleenex, we're the Band-Aid. And I think it's just like this young boy at the head of this wave. We're waiting for this wave to come in. We're the innovators. You know, one of my favorite football coaches passed away of Alzheimer's. And I know what our products do. We can't say we treat, prevent, or cure, or mitigate disease, but it pushes me every day to get this information out there. Hopefully it pushes you to influence people to understand this more. I'm so grateful that you guys allowed me to share some time with you guys tonight. I super love doing these webinars. It's become a passion of mine. I love influencing people. I hope that you guys got some great information tonight. And all I will tell you is this, is if you're a guest, if you're a customer or a potential distributor, just get back with the person, tell them where you are. Are you interested in taking the products? Are you interested in learning more about the business? All as I can tell you is I love this, and my wife and I talk about this all the time. There's no way that you can know what we know and keep this information from other people. It's just not possible. My wife said this, and I'll finish with this. We used to talk about feeling like we had a moral obligation to share this information. And never before in my career did I ever feel like that. But here's what she said, and it pierced my heart. She said, I feel like we have a moral responsibility. And so whether there's one of you or 5 of you or 30 of you on this, all as I can tell you is I'm going to do these every Tuesday until the good Lord tells me not to. And I pray that you guys will spread the word, start inviting your customers. On Thursday night, we're doing a product-only webinar. There's no reason why you shouldn't have every one of your customers in there. I'm just going to use this to tell you, I have one, I'm not going to mention her name, but I have one of my customers that upgraded 67 people to the Vitality Stack. You can do what she's done. Many people just use Protandim because they do not know about our other products. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. I super, super appreciate all of you. I hope, as I said before, I hope this was encouragement for you. I love you guys. Have a great, great night. Hopefully I'll see you on Thursday night.